King Hamlet Sr. There's something rotten in the state of Denmark. King Hamlet is dead. Immediately after the funeral, Claudius, the king's brother, marries Gertrude, his brother's widowed queen. Hearing the shocking news of his father's death, Prince Hamlet arrives home from Wittenberg. It torments him deeply to see his mother married to his uncle, the senior Hamlet. He speaks to it, and the dead father's spirit provokes him to unfold the unnatural events and take revenge. Will Hamlet be able to set things right? Come, let us be witnesses to the impending affairs of Denmark.
No! Who are you? Stop that and identify yourself!
Long live the king!
Oh! Bernardo!
Yes, it's me.
You have come right on time.
So distracting, sir. No hope, Francisco. Thanks for letting me go. And if it happens with the Horatio and Marcelli, you're supposed to stand guard with you tonight. Ask them to hurry up.
Oh, I think I hear them. Here they are. Bernardo is taking my place. I'm leaving. Good night. Hello, Bernardo.
Hello.
Is Horatio here too?
More or less. Welcome, Horatio. Welcome, Marcelli.
Tell us, has the thing appeared again tonight?
I haven't seen anything yet.
Horatio says we are imagining it. You won't let believe in the horrible thing that we have seen twice now. So I begged him to come on our ship tonight. If the ghost appears again, he can see what we saw and speak to it.
Oh, nonsense. It is not going to appear. We have seen it for the last 2 nights. Last night around 1 o'clock, me and Marcelli.
Look!
Terrifying! I think it wants us to speak to it. Ask something, Horatio. Who are you? You walk out so late at night. Looking like the dead king of Denmark. Dressed for battle. By God! How are you? Speak!
It looked like you've offended it.
Stay! Speak! Speak! I order you! Speak!
He's going away. He's gone.
How now, Horatio? You tremble and look pale. Isn't this a more than fantasy? Swear to God, I hadn't seen it with my own eyes. I would never believe it.
Doesn't he look like the king?
Yes. The king was wearing exactly the same armor when he fought the king of Norway. The ghost frowned just like the king did. Strange.
It happened like this twice before. Always at this exact time. He stood by our post like a warrior.
I don't know exactly how to explain this, but I had a general feeling that this means that is for us.
All right. Can somebody tell me why this strict schedule of guards have been imposed? Why so many bronze cannons are manufactured in Denmark? Something about to happen?
According to the rumor I've heard, that a late king, whom we just now saw as the ghost, was a great rival of Fortinbras, king of Norway. Fortinbras dared him to battle. That fight, a valiant Hamlet slayed the old king Fortinbras. On the basis of his valid legal document, Fortinbras surrendered all his territories along with his life to his conqueror. Fortinbras's young son, also known as Fortinbras, along with a bunch of thugs, are eager to take on the tough enterprises of securing the land near the Fortinbras law.
That's exactly right. This explains the reason why the ghost of the dead king would haunt us at this time, since he caused these wars.
This is definitely something to worry about. Nobody knows the omens of terrible things to come. I guess to tell us for what's going to happen.
Wait! Let's come again!
Stay, illusion! You can make sounds and speak to me. If there is any good deed I can do that will bring you peace and me honor, then speak to me. If you have some secret knowledge of your country's sad fate, if you have some buried treasure somewhere, then tell us about it. Stay and speak. Stop it, Marcellus.
Should I charge with the sword?
Yes, if it doesn't stand still.
Oh, it's over here.
There it is! It's gone!
We were wrong to threaten with violence. Since it looks so much like our king, our attack are stupid, futile and wicked.
It's in part what we have seen tonight as the young Hamlet. For upon my life, this spirit dumb to us will speak to him. Consent, we shall acquaint him with it. Now,
Let's do it. I know we will find him this morning.
Nor do I still have fresh memories of my brother, the elder Hamlet's death. And though it is proper to mourn for him throughout our kingdom, life still goes on. I think it is wise to mourn for him, while also thinking about my own well-being. Therefore, I've married my former sister-in-law, the Queen, with mixed feelings of happiness and sadness. Now, down to business. Young Fortinbras of Norway troubles me with the demands that I should surrender the territory that his father lost to the elder Hamlet, my dead brother. Now, here's what needs to be done. I have written to Fortinbras' uncle, the present king of Norway, an old bedridden man. I've told him to stop his nephew's plans, which he has the power to do, since all the men assembled by Fortinbras are Norwegian, and thus under the uncle's control. I must send the task of delivering this letter to you, good Cornelius, and you, Voltimand. Your business in Norway will be limited to this task. Now, show your loyalty by leaving quickly.
We'll do our duty in that and everything else.
I have no doubt you will. Farewell. And now, Laertes, what's in this with you? You told us of some favor. What is it? What could you ever ask that I wouldn't give to you? Your father and the Danish throne are as close as the heart and the mind. Tell me, Laertes, what would you like?
My lord, I want your permission to go back to France, which I left to come to Denmark for your coronation. And now that my duty is done here, please, let me go.
Do you have your father's permission? What does Polonius say?
My son has worn me down by asking me so many times. And I grudgingly consented. I beg of you, my lord, please let him go.
In that case, leaving me like Laertes, I hereby grant your request. And now, Hamlet, my nephew and my son, why are you still so gloomy with clouds hanging over you?
Not true, sir. I am out in the sun.
Hamlet, stop wearing these nuts and be friendly to the people. You can't spend your whole life with your eyes to the ground, remembering your noble father. You must know that this is common. All that lives must die, passing through nature to eternity.
Aye, madam, it is common.
Why does it seem so particular to you?
Seems. Nay, is. I know not what you mean by seem. Neither my black clothes, nor my heavy sighs, nor my weeping. No, I need to display grief in showing you how I really feel.
It is sweet and commendable in your nature to give these morning duties to your father. But you must know that your father lost his father, who lost his father before him. And each time every son had to mourn for the death of his father for a certain period. But to persevere in mourning for too long is unmanly grief. So please, give up this obstinate condonement of yours and start thinking of me as in your father. We don't want you to go back to Wittenberg. Stay here with us.
Answer me. Don't go back to Wittenberg.
I will do as you want, madam.
That's the right answer. It shows your love. Come, my dear wife. Hamlet's agreeing to stay has made me very glad. Let's go.
Oh, if only my dirty flesh could melt away into a vapor. Oh, that God himself hadn't declared a law against suicide. Oh, how stale and pointless life is to me. I can't believe it. My father has only been dead for 2 months. Such an excellent king, so good to my mother. Must I remember the way she would hang on to me? The more she would give him, the more she wanted to be with him. She couldn't get enough of him. Frailty, thy name is woman. Less than a month after my father's death, she remarried. Oh, what wicked speed to jump into a bed of it. But my heart must break in silence, for I cannot utter these feelings out loud.
Hello, sir.
Nice to see you.
Hello, sir.
Where is she? from Britain's Horatio. No, you are not sure. And what are your affairs here in Lebanon? Soon to be a father's pleasure. Don't make fun of me, fellow student. I'm sure you came to see my mother's wedding instead.
Sir, it's true, it saves you now.
Listen, I'm not saving up to fast, Horatio. The leftovers from the funeral banquet will come to wedding night. My father. Thinks I see my father.
Where, sir?
My mind's eye vision.
I saw him once. An admirable king.
My father was an incredible king. He was perfect in everything. I'll never see him.
Sir? I think that's what last night.
So, my father saw the dead king. The king. My father.
Don't get too excited yet, sir.
Just listen carefully while I tell you the amazing thing I saw.
It's getting my attention, sir.
For goodness sake, be careful.
I encountered a figure just like your father. Full armor from head to toe. Just walked by us with slow dignity 3 times. A stark distance from their amazed eyes. While he turned, quaking with fear and too shocked to speak.
Where did this happen?
On the platform, sir, we will stand guard.
Did you talk to it?
I did, sir. But it didn't answer me.
That's very strange.
I swear to God, sir, it's true. God, you ought to know about it.
Yes. I want to know about what struck me, Horatio. Are you on duty again tonight?
Yes, sir.
I will stand guard tonight. Perhaps it will come again. If it looks like my good father, I will speak to it. Even if hell itself opens up and tells me to be quiet. But until then, if you have anything to say until now, continue to do so. Now, my friends, I will see you at the guard platform between 11 and 12 tonight.
Sure,
Father's close. Oh. Something is wrong. I suspect foul play. I wish the night were here already, but until then, I must remain calm. Foul leaves will rise, though all earth overwhelm them. Immense ice.
Belongings are on the ship already. Supply is here. Right here. As long as the wind stops blowing, ships aren't leaving. And as for Hamlet, pay no attention to them. Just consider them a temporary phase of what you're youth. It will pass. And so, he says he loves you. He winds it up what he did in the dust of
I keep
Ah, careful, father. I should not have left my leaving, not once, but twice.
You're still here. Your men just filling a ship's space and waiting for you. Here, I give you my blessings again, sir.
Goodbye, father.
Now go. Time is right. Servants are waiting for you.
Bye. Remember what I told you.
What did he tell you, Amelia?
that Hamlet's been spending a lot of time alone with you lately. And you have made yourself quite available to me. But things are the way people tell me they are. And you're not conducting yourself with the self-restraint or taught your mind to serve. Tell me, what's going on between the two? Tell me the truth.
He's offered me a lot of affection lately.
Affection. That's nothing. Do you believe his offers as he calls it?
I don't know what to believe, Father.
Then I'll tell you. Offer yourself more affection. You bring the man money. You are right.
I will try.
Come along. What kind of offer?
A little bit more. 12, I think. No, my lord. Just after 12, I heard the judge say. Any? At least two. Maybe the judge has told.
Throw it away. Not free.
may have a second question.
It may be. It certainly may be.
What can we do to find out if it's true?
You know, sometimes he walks 4 hours alone without interrupting.
Yes, he does.
When he's here next time, I'll send my daughter to see him. You, my king, and I will hide behind the bakery and watch what happens. If it turns out he's not in love and hasn't gone mad from it, you can fire me from my court job and I'll go work on a farm.
We shall try it.
Look how sadly he's coming in, reading his book.
Oh, please let me speak to him. Leave both of you, please. How are you, my Lord Hamlet?
Fine, thank you.
What are you reading, Your Highness?
Slanders, sir.
Though this be... Will you step outside, my Lord?
To my grave.
Well, that's certainly out of this world, right? His answers are so full of meaning sometimes. A happiness, they're often madness and so on, which reason and sanity will not so prosperously be delivered of. I'll arrange a meeting with him and my daughter, and I'll see what happens. My lord, I'll take leave of you now.
You couldn't take anything from me that I care less about. Except my life. Except my life.
Farewell, my lord. You looking for Lord Hamlet? He's right over there.
My lord, my dear sir.
My oldest friends. How are you, Guildenstern and Rosencrantz? Boys, how are you both doing?
Well, as good as anybody, sir.
Oh, what are your affairs here in Elsinore?
To visit you. No other reason?
Very well. I thank you. Did someone tell you to visit me? Come on, tell me the truth.
What should we say, my lord?
Anything, as long as it tells me what I want to hear. You are sent for. I know that guilty look on your face. I know the king and the queen sent for you.
But why would they do that, my lord?
That is what I want you to tell me. Let me remind you of our duties of friendship towards each other. Our love towards each other. Anything at all that will make you answer me straight.
What do you think?
Not my honor. If you ever loved me, you would be honest with me.
My lord, we were sent for.
I will tell you why. So you don't have to tell me. You see, as of late, I have lost all sense of fun. The world is sterile and empty to me. What a piece of work is a man. So noble in reason, so infinite in faculty. The beauty of nature, the paragon of animals, and yet, to me, what are we but dust? Man delights me not. No, women neither. No, by your smile you seem to say so.
My lord, I was not thinking anything like
Then
that.
why did you say it? Why did you smile when I said that men don't interest me?
Well, I was just thinking that if men don't interest you anymore, you would be pretty bored by the group of actors on their way here. We happen to cross paths with the drama company, and they come here to entertain you.
What troupe is it?
The tragic actors from the city, the ones that you used to enjoy so much.
Welcome, my oldest friends. Don't be shy, shake hands with me. You are all most welcome here, though my uncle father and my aunt mother are still very much deceived.
Gentlemen, I have news for you.
Listen, Guildenstern, and you too, Rosencrantz, listen very carefully. This big baby still has diapers.
Yes, the second time around, Felicity. And twice a child.
I tell you, he's coming to tell me about the act that's just you wait. Ah, yes, sir! That happened Lucius was an
The answers are right, my lord.
Welcome, my oldest friends. Oh, it's been so long since I last saw you. Oh, you've grown a bit since I last saw you. Hello, young lady friend. You are all most welcome here. Sir, will you please make sure they are comfortable?
I'll give them all that they deserve.
Good heavens, man, give them more than that. Less they deserve, the more merit in your pocket. Bring them in.
Yes, my lord.
Come on, you gentlemen, please. We will watch a play tomorrow. Sir, can you perform the murder of Gonzago?
Yes, my lord.
Then we will watch it tomorrow night. And if I were to compose a few lines, maybe 15 to 18 lines, and stuff it into the play, could you learn it by tomorrow?
Yes, my lord.
And follow that gentleman, please, and try not to make fun of him. My friends, I will see you tomorrow.
Goodbye, sir.
Goodbye. And now, I am alone. What a rogue peasant slave am I? My father has been murdered. I have been asked to take revenge, but all I can seem to do is stand around and curse like the devil. Am I a coward? I need to pull myself together here. I have heard that guilty people who are exposed to a play have been so mesmerized by the artistry of the scene that they've been driven to confess their crimes out loud. For murder, though it hath no tongue, will speak with most miraculous warning. I will stage a play where one of the scenes comes very close to the circumstances of my father's death. The play is the way to unlock the conscience of the king. Yes, please.
Put your heads together and find out why he's acting so dazed and confused.
My lord, he does confess himself to be distracted, but of what cause he by no means will speak. He does confess to be confused, but refuses to tell us why.
Did he treat you well when you last saw him?
Yes, ma'am, in a very gentlemanly way.
But it seemed like he asked to force himself to be nice to us.
He didn't ask any questions. Sit down, is it late?
Did you try tempting him with some entertainment?
Indeed, madam. We happened to cross paths with the drama company and invited them here. We told Hamlet about them, and that did seem to do him some good. They're here at court now, and I believe they're putting up a performance for him.
It's true. And he asked me to beg you both to attend.
I'm glad to hear that he's so interested. Gentlemen, please, give him a further edge. Drive his purposes to these delights.
Yes, my lord.
Gertrude, please, give us a moment alone. We have secretly arranged for Hamlet to come here, so he can run into Ophelia. Her father and I will hide in this room and observe Hamlet's behavior, so we can find out whether it's love that is making him suffer.
Yes, I'll go. As for you, Ophelia, I do wish that it was your good beauties that were the happy cause of my Hamlet's wellness. So shall I hope that your good virtues bring him back for the good of both of you.
Ophelia, come here. My lord, you and I will hide. Ophelia, read from this prayer book, so it looks natural that you're all alone. After all, people like devoted to God to master bad deeds. Quick! I hear him coming. Let's hide, my lord.
To be or not to be? That is the question. Whether it is nobler in the mind to suffer the slings and arrows of outrageous fortune, or to take arms against a sea of troubles, and by opposing, end them, to die, to sleep, no more. And if by sleep we were to end the heartache and the thousand natural shocks that flesh is heir to, well, it is a consummation devoutly to be wished. To die, to sleep, perchance to dream. And there's the rub. For in that sleep of death, what dreams may come, now that we've shuffled off this mortal coil, must give us pause. There's the respect that makes calamity of such long life. For who would bear the whips and scorns of time, the oppressor's wrong, the proud man's contumely, the pang of disprized love, the law's delay, the insolence of office, and the spurns of patient merit that the unworthy take, when he himself might make his quietus with a fair bodkin? Who would bear the grunt and sweat of weary life, unless for the fear of something after death? The undiscovered country from whose bourne no traveler returns puzzles the will and makes us rather bear those ills that we know than fly off to those we know not of. Thus, conscience doth make cowards of us all. And thus our natural hue of resolution is sicklied over with the pale cast of thought. And enterprises of great pitch and motion in this regard, their currents turn awry and lose the name of action. Here comes the beautiful Ophelia. Pretty lady, please remember me when you pray.
Hello, my lord. How have you been doing lately?
Very well, thank you.
My lord, I have some mementos of yours that I've been meaning to give back to you for a long time now. Please take them.
No, it was not me. I never gave you anything.
My lord, you know well that you did. Take these again. For to the noble mind, rich gives back poor when givers grow unkind. There, my lord.
Beauty can more easily turn a good girl into an adulterous witch than goodness could ever turn a beautiful girl into a virgin. I used to love you.
You certainly made me believe you did, my
You
lord.
shouldn't have believed me. I never loved you.
And I guess I was misled.
Get thee to a nunnery. Why would you be the breeder of sinners? I am myself indifferent, honest, vengeful, ambitious, with more ill will in me than I can even put into thought. Believe none of us. Everyone is a criminal.
Oh dear God, please help him.
If you marry, I'll give you this curse as your wedding present. Be you as clear as ice, as white as the driven snow, you'll still have a bad reputation. To a nunnery with you, and quickly too. Goodbye.
Heavenly powers, restore him.
You see, I've heard all about you women, and your cosmetics too. God gives you one face and then you paint another on top of it. I won't have it any longer. We shall have no more marriage.
family with you. Goodbye.
Oh, how noble his mind used to be. He used to have a gentleman's grace, a scholar's wit, and a soldier's strength. He used to be the jewel of our country, the obvious heir to the throne, the one everyone admired and imitated. And now he has fallen so low. And of all the miserable women who once enjoyed hearing his sweet words, I am the most miserable. The unparalleled appearance and nobility he had in the full bloom of his youth is now ruined by madness. Oh, how miserable I am to see Hamlet now.
Love. His feelings don't move in that direction. His words, although were written so organized, were crazy. There is something else which is bothering. Something which might prove dangerous for us in the future. Have made a decision. Hamlet will be sent to England to get back the money they owe us. What do you think of this plan?
It should work, but I still believe his madness was caused by unrequited love. Hello, Ophelia. You don't have to tell us anything that Lord Hamlet said. You know them. My lord, do whatever you please. But if you like this idea, let his mother alone and treat him to share his feelings. I will hide and listen in. If she can't find out what his secrets are, then send him off to England or wherever you think best.
It shall be so. Insanity in great ones must not go unwatched.
Just as I told you. Act natural at all costs. Exaggeration has no place in the theatre. Suit the action to the word, and the word to the action.
Yes, sir.
Now, go make you ready. My lord, will the king be attending the performance?
Yes, my lord, and the queen as well.
Please, go make the actors ready. Will you go help them get ready? My lord. Why, hello there, Horatio.
I'm at your service, my lord.
Horatio, you are the best man I've ever known.
Oh, sir.
Don't think I'm flattering you. There is a play being performed today. One of the circumstances comes very close to the death of my father, as I described it to you. Watch the king closely. If his guilty secret does not reveal itself, then that ghost was but a devil. And my hunch was worth nothing. Watch him closely, so will I.
My lord, I will watch him closely.
Here they come. Take your seat.
So how's my nephew Hamlet?
Wonderful! Are the actors ready?
Indeed, my lord. Ready whenever you are.
Please, take your seats.
Hamlet, come sit with us.
No, no, mother. There's a nicer piece of work right here.
Lord,
look at how happy my mother is just 2 hours after my father's death.
No, my lord. It's been 4 months.
As long as that. Well, then there is hope that a great man's memory may outlive him half a year. We are to have some mischievous fun.
It's been 30 years since we were married.
I hope we stay in love for 30 more years. But I'm sad. You've been so gloomy lately. So unlike your usual cheerful self that I worry something is wrong.
My love, I will have to leave you soon.